जय हिंद एवरीवन, वेलकम टू द सेशन। क्या हाल है भाई? फटाफट आ जाओ लाइव एंड देन हम देखते हैं आगे के चीजें। फटाफट लाइव आ जाओ, फटाफट। ओके, ओके, ओके। हाउ आर यू ऑल? वेलकम टू द सेशन। जय हिंद, जय हिंद, जय हिंद। हेलो, गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन, वेलकम टू द सेशन। फटाफट से सेशन को पहले शेयर मार दो। Share the session and like the session so that everybody comes to know that I'm live. सबसे पहले आपको बता देते हैं भाई, प्राइस हाइक होने वाला है। Prices are going to be increased from 1st April. So if you are planning to take a subscription, फटाफट से ले लो, because before price hike ये prices हैं और price बढ़ जाएगा तो 20% prices will be increased on each and every subscription. आज ही ले लो and you can use my code for 10% discount to Shruti0401 is my code. Apart from this, you can attend my free classes and also many classes are going on free wala and free content can be unlocked with the same code on the Unacademy learning app. So you can take any of the subscriptions if you are planning for 2022 ND2 preparation or 23 preparation. Whatever you are planning, you can take the subscription according to that. Chaliye, let's start the. Okay, when is Pi Day celebrated? 12 March, 14 March, 13 March or none of these? Pi Day कब celebrate किया जाता है? फटाफट से बताएंगे. When is Pi Day celebrated? 12 March, 14 March, 13 March और none of these. फटाफट से comment box में answer करिए. So the correct answer will be 14th March. Pi Day is being celebrated on 14th of March. Next, इसके बारे में देख लेते हैं. Every year on March 14, the world celebrates Pi Day to recognize the mathematical constant which is pi, and it defines the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter, and the value for pi is 3.14 diameter. ये बताता है कि भाई जो रेशियो ऑफ सर्कल्स circumference to its diameter is 3.14, that is 22/7, and उसकी वैल्यू कितनी निकल के आती है 3.14. The day was recognized in 1988 by physicist Larry Shaw as he organized a large-scale celebration at the San Francisco Exploratorium in the United States. Now in 2019, UNESCO ने 40th जनरल कॉन्फ्रेंस में डिसाइड किया कि he said that Pi Day will be observed as the International Day of Mathematics. करेक्ट है. चलिए आज ही चलते हैं. Which tech company has announced to set up its 4th data center in Hyderabad? कौन सी टेक कंपनी is announcing to set up its 4th data center in Hyderabad? Is it IBM, Infosys, Microsoft or none of these? करेक्ट आंसर क्या हो जाएगा? माइक्रोसॉफ्ट हैज डिसाइडेड टू सेट अप इट्स 4th डेटा सेंटर इन हैदराबाद. सो टेक जायंट माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ने अनाउंस किया है दैट इट विल बी सेटिंग अप इट्स 4th डेटा सेंटर इन इंडिया इन हैदराबाद, तेलंगाना. Hyderabad data center will be one of the largest data centers in India and will be operational by 2025. Now Microsoft ने already एक data center 3 Indian regions में बना रखा है, पुणे, मुंबई and Chennai. Now this will be the 4th data center. Next पर चलते हैं. Which famous golfer has been formally inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame? किस फेमस गोल्फर को फॉर्मली इंडक्ट किया है इन द वर्ल्ड गोल्फ हॉल ऑफ फेम? So the correct option is Tiger Woods. So famous golfer Tiger Woods was formally inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. Now he's 46-year-old. Woods entered the storied hall as a part of the class of this retired PGA Tour commissioner Tim Finchem, US Women's Open champions UC Maxwell Verning and Marion Hollins, a US women's amateur champion and golf course architect who was recognized posthumously. अब भाई एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इशू डिस्कस कर रही हूँ मैं आप लोगों के साथ, विच इज द पेक्यूलियर केस ऑफ लद्दाख ईस्टर्न बाउंड्री। अब आपको पता ही है लद्दाख की जो ईस्टर्न बाउंड्री है इट टचेज द चाइना बॉर्डर, ठीक है, चाइना बॉर्डर के साथ टच होती है, ठीक। तो अब जो भैया लद्दाख लेह लद्दाख की जो बाउंड्री है, ये जो पैंगोंग लेक है, इसमें क्या इशू चल रहा है इसके बारे में अपडेट जान लेते हैं, ठीक है। इफ यू पीपल आर एबल टू रीड द न्यूज़पेपर विच इज देयर ऑन द स्क्रीन, कुछ वर्ड्स आपको ब्लर दिखेंगे बट मोस्ट ऑफ द वर्ड्स आर क्लियर। सो चाइनीज फॉरेन मिनिस्टर वैंग यी in India and is expected to meet the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. Now, the changed global geopolitical situation is a good time to focus on the peculiar case of Ladakh's eastern boundary and the unnecessary ongoing conflict. जो unnecessary वहां पर conflict चल रहा है उसको रोकने के लिए ये सब होगा। अब यहाँ पर है क्या, यहाँ पर कुछ treaties हैं, usage है and custom है। There has never been a defined boundary in this area. कोई भी boundary यहाँ पर defined नहीं रही है, right? So, because high watershed frameworks do not apply to the parallel ranges in Ladakh. यहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा watershed areas हैं, so that is how boundary बनाना बहुत ही difficult है। Now, where the topography shaped both its polity and relations with others. यहाँ पर topography भी ऐसी है, कहीं ऊंचा, कहीं पहाड़, कहीं पठार, ठीक है। Now, Leh was the crossroad of High Asia. ले जो कंसिडर किया जाता है वो कंसिडर किया जाता है हाई रोड ऑफ दी हाई क्रॉस रोड ऑफ दी हाई एशिया, वेयर ट्रेडर्स एक्सचेंज गुड्स बाय बार्टर। यहाँ पर अर्लियर टाइम पे क्या होता था, यहाँ पर लोग गुड्स एक्सचेंज करते थे थ्रू दी बार्टर सिस्टम। नाउ लद्दाख ट्रांसलेट्स एज द लैंड ऑफ हाई पासेस। लद्दाख जो है वो हाई पासेस की लैंड मानी जाती है, विच डिफाइन द लिमिट्स ऑफ इट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कंट्रोल ओवर ट्रेड रूट्स वाया द काराकोरम पास टू द नॉर्थ। एक काराकोरम पास है, वहां के थ्रू यहाँ पर सारी ट्रेडिंग हुआ करती थी। नाउ डेमचौक टू द साउथ एंड जोजिला टू द वेस्ट, ट्रायंगुलेटिंग द स्मॉल सेटल्ड पॉपुलेशन लिमिटेड टू द इंडस वैली नाउ विद इंडिया। ये पूरी जो पॉपुलेशन है ये पूरे एक ट्रायंगुलर एरिया में रहती है। डेमचौक से साउथ में, डेमचौक साउथ में, देन आपका जोजिला वेस्ट में। दिस इज अ ट्रायंगुलर एरिया अलॉन्ग विद लेह लद्दाख। नाउ ग्रेजिंग ग्राउंड्स भी हैं इन साउथ, वर शेयर्ड विद तिब्बत। जो तिब्बत्स थे, जो तिब्बतिन्स थे, वो लोग क्या करते थे, साउथ में जाते थे और ग्रेजिंग ग्राउंड्स में अपने अपने शीप्स को या फिर जो हर्ड्स हैं उनको ग्रेजिंग कराते थे इन साउथ इंडिया। नाउ द uninhabited सोडा प्लेन्स टू द ईस्ट एक्सटेंडिंग ओवर 100 square miles at a height of 17,000 feet, now disputed bet between India and China were of no use and not governed by anyone. अब यहाँ पर एक एरिया है जहाँ पर कोई गवर्नमेंट नहीं चलती है, किसी भी कंट्री की नहीं चलती है, तो इसी पर्टिकुलर जगह पर डिस्प्यूट है कि ये किसकी है, ठीक है। नाउ लद्दाख emerged as a distincting identity with the Treaty of Timos Gang in 1684. Now this treaty established relations between Leh and Lhasa through trade exchanges. यहाँ पर बहुत सारे पुराने relations हैं, right? There are many old relations, like Treaty of Timosa Gang in 1684. Now this treaty was established in between the relations of Leh and Lhasa, which were through the trade exchanges. Now with the Treaty of the Chushul in 1842, Ladakh and Tibet also agreed to maintain the status quo, like they will do this only the trading part. Now the Treaty of Amritsar in 1846 between East India Company and State of Kashmir. 1846 में there was a treaty signed between East India Company and the Kashmir, which included Ladakh within the eastern boundary. and undefined boundary थी which focused remained Pashmina trade for making shawls because Leh Ladakh and Kashmir together are very cold area. So in that area Pashmina is very famous. Pashmina shawls are very famous. So East India Company signed a, we can say, a treaty with the East India Kashmir area. So they included Ladakh with themselves with an undefined boundary. That time also the boundary was not defined. Now after the Britain took over the government of India, attention shifted to the northern boundary of Ladakh because of the Russian advance in the Central Asia. What happened is when the Britain took over, now Russian forces also came in. In 1870, a British joint commissioner was posted at Leh who continued good relations with correspondence with the Dalai Lama and the Chinese Amban at Lhasa. हेलो हाँ हाँ अभी सेशन कर रही हूँ बाद में बात करूँ हाँ मैंने करा था अच्छा ठीक है शायद हम्म, ठीक हम्म, ठीक अभी सेशन कर रहे हैं बाद में ठीक बाय। ओके नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड इज कि यहाँ पर क्या हुआ कि भाई ये जो ट्रीटीज एंड ऑल सब साइन होती रही सारी चीजें वट एवर वॉज हैपनिंग यहाँ पर द अथॉरिटेटिव गेजेटर ऑफ कश्मीर एंड लद्दाख ब्रॉट आउट इन 1890 states that from the Karakoram to the head of the Chenchenmo Valley, the boundary with the Chinese Tibet is quite doubtful. The area of the current discussion and clear only for the area to the south and west, which represents actual occupation, currently not disputed. The unoccupied Aksai Chin is described as the neutral territory. Now, the area of the Aksai Chin is neutral and it is described as the we can say unoccupied territory, which is not under China or which is not under India, which is suitable for wheel transport and where the Chinese build their roads to. Now, new domestic consensus and there has been advance in the developing a common understanding, moving from establishing respective claims to recognizing the ground reality. In 1959, some experts of both the countries not unexpectedly further hardened positions as both sides relied selectively on any correspondent or travel record that would justify their already established stand. Whatever they did was कि they were just trying to overcome that neutral area. China was trying to take over that neutral area of Sichin and India was also trying, but that was under Indian control only. That was not under the Tibetan or Chinese Tibetan control, right? But China was forcefully taking that under control. Now, what happened in 1993? The signing of an agreement on the maintenance of peace and tranquility, along with line of actual control, brought in diplomats, and the dialogue moved from history to principles. Now, what happened in 1993? Maintenance of peace and tranquility agreement was being signed in 1993. What happened? Because line of actual control, आपको पता होगा LOC's line of actual control. So what happened is this line of actual control now is not being discussed. It is now moved into the principles, into the books, into the principles, into the rules, right? Now in 2020, the focus shifted to the ground situation again. And after 15 rounds of talk, the recent joint statement had highlighted continuing the military and diplomatic dialogue and reaching a mutually accepted resolution of the remaining issues at the earliest for progress in the bilateral relations. Now, what happened is, again, the talks are just waste of time. 15 round of talks. It just got a conclusion that there will be more military and diplomatic dialogues and we'll reach a mutually accepted resolution of the remaining issues. Now, outside this process, Indian diplomats, Army Chief Kodendra, Subya General Thimaya, earlier and recently former commanders of the Lake Ops have characterized the Karakoram watershed as a defensible border, to which the Chinese claim line broadly corresponds. Now, what they are saying that the Karakoram watershed is a defensible border. Like we can say, whenever army attacks, it attacks from a border, right? So they said कि भाई Karakoram is a defensible border range. So we can say कि भाई we can also Chinese are also claiming that the line after that is ours, and whatever area you have before that, it is yours. And also that line, and at that place there is no exercise control. Aksai Chin to China. Now this raises question why this assertion has been ignored as the political level. Now, a foreign former secretary and ambassador to China and US has explained initial decisions as inaptitude. Now, what omission and commission we have? Now, the solution lies in equally unique 70-year-old continuing dialogue despite each side calling other an aggression and sporadic military incidents. Whatever is happening there is कि every time there is an attack or every time the like firing or something happens because of this border issue only, that this particular area is ours and this particular area is yours. So this is very wrong. They should sign a proper political, we can say, dialogue, or they should sign an agreement that this particular area belongs to us and this area belongs to you. And they should draw a particular line and the area should be measured, whatever comes in China border and whatever comes in India border. Correct? Now, in what would be a bold political step, agreement on the established principle would meet the national security concerns of India and China without bringing in interactable issues of the sovereignty. Correct hai? So what is the issue? The issue is still going on. It is not under control. Every time there is a new attack and the issue goes on and on and on. Next question is, which company has become the sponsor of the International Tennis Hall of Fame Open? Which company has become the sponsor of this International Tennis Hall of Fame Open? Is it TCS? चलिए फटाफट से इसका आंसर बताएंगे. Which company has become the sponsor of the International Tennis Hall of Fame? So it's a TCS, Infosys, Wipro. कौन सी कंपनी है भाई? So this is Infosys. Now, Infosys and the International Tennis Hall of Fame on Thursday announced a multi-year transformational collaboration with Infosys, the ITHS official digital innovation partner and the title sponsor of the organization's annual ATP Tour tournament. Now, this will help the ITHF amplify its efforts in preserving and celebrating tennis history through the digital advances while also identifying and acting on the opportunities to enhance the fan experience. Next question. सो व्हाट इज देयर कि धोनी ने हैंड ओवर कर दिए हैं रेन्स ऑफ द चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स टू जडेजा. Now this team under the legendary leader made 9 IPL finals and won 4 titles apart from 2 Champions League rounds. Now this IPL, known for his iconic captaincy, tactical nous, and the rare ability to read a game, MS Dhoni will no longer lead the Chennai Super Kings. He was both a captain and the leader of the men. Now Dhoni's CSK management made the announcement on Thursday at a team meeting ahead of the practice after speaking to the former ICC and BCCI chief N. Srinivasan. He's a dynamic all-rounder. You already know that he's all-rounder. He can like do everything. Now, all-rounder Ravindra Jadeja, at the peak of his powers, will take over the mantle from the Dhoni. He's taking over the team. Now, Ravindra Jadeja will lead the captaincy. Now Jadeja will be handling this team. Now what is this? Dhoni as CSK skipper. बहुत सारे इन्होंने रिकॉर्ड बनाया है. Legendary captaincy tenure in yellow skip. Our chapter fans will never forget. Respect always. What a legacy Dhoni leaves for Jadeja to carry the baton of the best team in the IPL by a mile. And what is this? Thala, Dhoni and Chennai will remain a connection like a very few. Chennai was fortunate to have a leader like him, and the support and love he got from the owners in the city has been unbelievable. बाकी हम कल करेंगे. बहुत सारी करंट अफेयर्स है. ठीक है. और रात को आपका 9 PM पर एक सेशन है, उसे जरूर अटेंड करिएगा. इन दैट सेशन आई विल बी टीचिंग यू एनडीए के लिए वोकैब बूस्टिंग. वोकैब जितनी भी है मोस्टली वोकैब मैं आपको उसमें कवर कराऊंगी. Till then, if you want to take the subscription, do use my code Shruti0401 so that you can get 10% discount. Till then, Jai Hind, bye bye. Take care of yourself.